All right, hey you guys, welcome to the Ella's Empire Sunday night team Zoom. I'm really excited to have all of you guys on live, and then also if you're listening to the recording, that is awesome. Going to be sharing some shout outs tonight, and then we have our celebrity guest speaker, Dante, to share some insight with us on something that he got to be an exclusive part of this like in March. So really excited for him to share with us his tips and some things that maybe we can take away in the future, and then close it up with some other announcements and exciting stuff coming up to end out the month strong. So congratulations to the people that we're bringing on this team. Like I'm seriously just always amazed by you guys, and it really is humbling and exciting knowing that it's not just me, it's all of us and what we do. So shout out for people who are hitting Success Club already, because we know this is the foundation of our business. This is what moves our business forward. This is how we help more people. This is how we just share exactly what this opportunity is and help other people kind of start to drink the Kool-Aid. And I can speak for two of the people who are on the call right now, at least for one of them, Teresa, one of our newest coaches, as well as her husband, Curtis, another brand new coach that she signed, that she tried to drink the Kool-Aid, but she didn't like the Kool-Aid at first. I wanted her to like it, but she didn't. And then it took her a couple times, like over a year and multiple 5-day groups, even drinking Shakeology, being like, I don't like it, it's gross, to being like obsessed, wanting the Kool-Aid, getting extra Kool-Aid, and then sharing the Kool-Aid with others. So like we know that it always comes full circle, and that's what's really cool about this business, is to see a transformation like just like that. And it's awesome that I've seen it happen right before my eyes, and that she has awesome support from her husband, just kind of jumping on board with everything and being all in right from the start too, and making a believer out of himself. So shout out to Dante, who is at Success Club 2, Megan at 4, Erin with 4 today, with a 5th on her way. She's also a success starter, you guys, month 1. That is huge. Like month 1 in the business, kicking freaking butt. 3 months in a row, you guys know that you earn your ticket to Summit, next year's Summit. So a huge goal. And not only that, but like, I think it's like 60% increase in earnings. And not only that, but the successfulness of your business by being a Success Club starter. So that is huge, Erin. So shout out to you. And then clearly this is going to be month 2. And I have no doubt you'll ring in month 3. So again, shout out to Teresa, like I said, new coach, who then signed her husband. So she already has her first coach and 2 Success Club points. So that is exciting. Welcome Crystal, who is Dante's new coach, which is really exciting too. And oh my gosh, give it up for this girl who already made a video in our team page, who's like been a coach for less than a week. I mean, that takes some balls, people. I mean, sometimes that takes people months to get themselves on video. And she's like, bam, out the gate. Like, here I am on video. Like, clearly that needs to be her next assignment, is to get her story on video too. So Dante, you know, if she's not listening to this live, which I don't know if she jumped on, but then you know that will be your next assignment, Crystal. I'm watching for it. Shout out to Zach and Jenny, who are at Success Club 2. And then, oh my gosh, I have not had the pleasure of meeting this girl, Jill, who is Megan's personally sponsored, but holy SH$T. She is at Success Club 8 already. And I know that she has not been a coach for very long on our team as well. So way to freaking go, Jill. I mean, Megan, you obviously are creating a system of duplication, which might be the next thing you talk about, is duplicating things within your team. She's like, no. But I mean, seriously, clearly you're doing something right. So shout out to you, Megan, being able to turn that around and using the systems that we have in place within this team. That's what it's about, you guys. It's not about recreating the wheel or doing it on your own or thinking that your way is better. It's just like legitimately doing what's already there and then putting it in place and putting it in front of your team and your people. So shout out to you guys. Seriously, on fire. This is just crazy. So I'm super, super excited for everyone who's helping other people, everyone who's coming on this team, new coaches, other coaches who've decided to restart working their business, and just seriously, like, keep on rocking. I'm so proud of you guys. So I'm going to turn it over to Dante here in just a minute. So Dante and I, if you don't know our story together, we met on Instagram, believe it or not. So it's just crazy. And I couldn't be more happy that God placed him in my life and on this team, because it really, I mean, he's been in it with me for a while, and he is one person I know I can count on. He shows up every team call, unless he's in celebrity status mode. Every team call, like he's always there, always a support. He seriously is just amazing, and I'm so glad he's a great asset to this team and what he does. And recently he's been pushing for Diamond, and it's really shown. I know that I've seen huge growth in him with just since the beginning of this year, again, like seeing him turn that, like the switch on, and knowing, and then getting accepted into what was called the Chiseled Ones, you guys, which was an exclusive group with Autumn Calabrese herself. That's why he's the AKA celebrity, Dante Howard, because he was in that group with her. He was one of the chosen ones, and he spent 30 days. And I know Erin, if Erin's on this call, she's going to be like, oh my gosh, like that's her girl. So it's kind of probably a little jealous right now. But so Dante was in this group for 30 days with Autumn herself leading the group, basically a challenge group, one-on-one, where they were required to do a lot of video, daily hardcore accountability and things like that. And for him to see it through, he saw some results he has never seen, did some things he's never done. And I'm just super proud of him for seeing it through, even just getting out there and applying. I mean, it's hard enough in itself to put yourself out there, to really, stay dedicated to yourself and the commitment that you made for 30 days with with Autumn Calabrese herself. Like, I know I'd be freaking out, like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So Dante is going to talk to us a little bit about the challenge group, kind of how it was ran, some tips and tricks, and maybe things that we can start to implement into our groups so that we can have more successful groups, more interaction and things like that. So get ready to probably take some notes, because I'm sure he's going to have some awesome takeaways. So take it away, Dante.
Get your pens ready. Thank you, Jaylene. Not many people know, but I'm also the president of my Toastmasters Club. And whenever I have a speech, I never write a speech out. I always take it from the top. But I do have a couple note cards here that I'm going to try to follow so that you guys will have a baseline of what I'm going to be talking about here. The first thing I want to mention is, like Jaylene said, we met on the gram. Don't know how. I think I posted a picture of me working out and my son was the trainer or something like that. And she just liked the picture. And then we went from there. When I first got into, I guess, taking a real good look at what I needed to do to get myself in good shape, a coworker of mine came to me and said, hey, the new P90X3 is coming out. And I did the original P90X, and I didn't want any parts of it. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing it. It's not happening. He said, come on, it's only 30 minutes. You should be able to do this. It's no problem. So a bunch of us from the job got together. We put together and bought the videos, and we did it as a group. So essentially, that was the first challenge group that I was a part of. Now, we had no clue about coaching or Beachbody, any of that stuff. We were just doing it together, and then we talk about it at work the next day. Oh man, I'm so sore. How about you? How you feeling? What you do? And we all got through it. After that, once I got hooked up with Jaylene, she put me in her group, and then that's how we got the ball rolling that way. The first thing we typically do with groups is we'll say, okay, so you check in every day and just tell us how you feel, what you did, what you ate, and so forth. And that's how we've all done it. And since then, I've done, over a dozen groups, and they've all pretty much been the same way. When the Chiseled Ones came up, which is actually pretty funny, I had no intentions on applying for that. There's no way I'm going to get picked. There's no how, but I'll do it anyway. I guess, why not? What the hell? What are you going to do? And I was chosen. Oh, shit. Now what do I do, right? So the first thing we had to do, we had to make a video of our top 3 goals and what we wanted to see in that next 30 days. So right off the bat, whether you were afraid to do videos or not, you had to do it, because that was assignment number 1 before we even started anything. And we had to email that in. We were put into the group, and then the Sunday night before the group started, we had a kickoff call with Autumn. Call was amazing, by the way. But what she did was we went over the calorie bracket for the food. Because a lot of times when we all do these programs, if you're like me, guilty, I get the book and I see what workout I'm supposed to do, and then the book goes over there. I know what I'm doing as far as eating is concerned, right? We've been doing this for a long time. No. Nutrition is a very vital, important part of the programs. We need to stress that to all the customers and everyone that's in our group. Nutrition is important. We need it. One thing that we noticed is a lot of times people miscalculate which bracket they're supposed to be in. So that could also have a problem with getting the results that they needed. So that was the first thing we did. We went over and made sure each person was in the right bracket so that we knew what was going on and we were eating from the right containers. She answered any questions we had, which is, again, another thing that sometimes our customers are afraid to ask questions, you know, and we don't know because we're not getting any questions, so we don't know exactly which way to lead them and to tell them what things to do. Our daily assignments were to work out, post a video or a picture. Basically, you had to do proof. Now, how many times have you been into a challenge group and you have your challenges in there and they're real good for the first day, maybe the second day, and then they go ghost? Huh? We've all been there, right? Couldn't do that with the children ones. Had to be there every day, had to show up every day. And the thing about it, Autumn was showing up every day. Leading from the top, leading by example, right? So that's what we all have to do as coaches. We all have to get in there. We all have to show, hey, this is the workout I'm doing today. I got it done. I'm sweaty as hell. I'm stank, but I got it done. All right? We're making our meal prep. We're taking pictures and we're showing, hey, I'm meal prepping. I'm doing the exact same thing you're doing. I have goals. You have goals. We will get there together. And that's one thing that we went through with the children ones. Every day, we were all in there posting constantly. We also had weekly assignments that we had to do every Sunday. Every Sunday, we had to just talk about how the week went. You know, it was a 1 to 2 minute video, talked about how the week went, what things we had success with, what things we weren't as successful with. And that was also so that she would be able to help us and let us know, okay, well, you had a problem here. This is where we can lead you. One issue that came up a lot for some of us, the calorie brackets were off. Everyone's body's different. Sure, it's a science behind it, but it's like anything else. It may or may not work for you. So a couple people had to get recalculated midway through. You know, some guys were trying to gain weight, some were looking to lose, and just the calorie bracket and the containers just wasn't working for them. So they had to recalculate. Now, typically you wouldn't do that in the middle of a program, but this was a part of things we were trying to find out. So that also had to happen. So again, it's all about, you know, you have to be in tune with what the customers, what issues the customer is having, and also what success the customer is having, because that might also help someone else. There were some things that we had to know, or things that we needed to remember. So tracking your stats, also very important. So you never know where you're going unless you know where you are. So you have to track your stats constantly, you know. And it would have to be the same time on the same day. So for me, for instance, it was Saturday morning, first thing in the morning, weights and measurements. Another problem that some of us have is we'll do it at different times. So that might throw things off. We'll also do it, if you do it after you work out, you have your fluids all built up and your blood's pumping and everything. So that will throw your measurements off as well. I had 1 week where I didn't lose any weight. And you guys will see that if you watch the children ones, you'll see when I had my for real moment, when I had my problems. And I didn't do my weight at the same time that day. It was a little bit later, and it was after I had worked out. So once she found that out, she said, do it again tomorrow morning at the time you normally would do it. And then I found out that I actually had lost weight. So by not knowing that, by not having her there just to say that, to just relax, take it the next day at the time you normally would, I probably would have freaked out and just been done. Now, we've also always, or not always, but we've had customers that have been that same way. I'm not seeing any progress. I'm done with this. It's not working for me. To help with you, to help with Beachbody, I'm just going back and doing what I want to do. Well, if we know, or if we can get into deeper as to what issues they're having, why they're having these issues, then we'll be able to help them better and see them to get their goals. Let's see. The containers. You have to eat all the containers. Even if you don't want to, even if you're full, it's a part of the process and you have to eat it. I think the first couple days that I was in, I was having an issue with eating it all. Gosh, I just don't want to eat any more of those greens. I've had 3 and I need 5. I don't want 5. I'm good. No, it's a part of the process. It's a part of the program. You have to do it. So that's, again, some things that had I not been in that group, the 3 would have been fine and I'm out of here. I'm done. But no. The supplements, the Energize, Recover, and Recharge, they're all fantastic. You may have customers that will have questions about that. Should I take them? Should I not take them? Where do they count? They don't count at all for the containers, and they all are very good supplements. The Energize I use every morning for when I'm doing an intense workout. They're only for intense workouts, by the way. I'm sorry. So if you're doing yoga or Pilates or something like that, you wouldn't use those. But if you're doing one of the intense programs, then you definitely will. Things we need to know about our body as we're going through these programs. Your arms and your chest should go up in measurements if you're lifting heavy. Your waist and hips should go down. Your thighs may go up and down. So again, it's a total measurement of your entire body as well as your weight that all goes into figuring out exactly where you are. We'll have some customers who only want one aspect of it. Oh, I just want to lose weight and not losing any. Well, what are your measurements? I haven't taken any measurements. We have to get them in tune with doing everything. So it's all a part of the process. It's all goes together. You have to take your measurements. You have to weigh yourself. You just have to. It's a part of it, you know. We had one of the chiseled ones who didn't lose much weight at all through the process, but she lost a ton of inches everywhere. And you can see the difference. Looked like she lost 20 pounds. You can see the difference, just not on the scale. And that's one thing I think the scale is so evil to us, isn't it? Isn't it just so evil to us? But that's okay. If you do the measurements and you look at everything else, you'll see the total picture. Another thing, at the end, she encouraged all of us to submit to the Beachbody Challenge. You did the program, you got it done, you might as well get your free t-shirt out of it, right? Mine came the other day and I'm so happy for it. I finally got one. The last time I did that was for the P90X3. And since then, I've done 21 Day Fix. I've done 21 Day Fix Extreme, Size. I've done somewhere around a dozen programs. And that's only my second shirt. So I got to get better with that myself, right? One thing that we have to remember is that our future coaches come from these groups. So we want these groups to be as interactive as possible so you'll know who you can single out and say, hey, that person will be a great coach, working with the team, and then build it all up. And that's all I have for the chiseled ones. I do want to mention one thing about follow-ups. Jaylee mentioned my new coach, Crystal. Love her to death. I've been talking to Crystal about, I'd say, 4 to 6 months, just about becoming a customer and joining one of the challenge groups, or I guess we should start calling them accountability groups, because nobody likes to be challenged. Everyone likes to be held accountable. So we'll call them that. That's what we'll call them from now on, accountability groups. Never would join the group. Never. Always had something going on, or just couldn't do it now, I'll do it another time. No. So finally, about a month ago, we've been talking back and forth, and I'm, explaining how, different things, giving her different tips and everything on how to eat and things like that. And she said, you know what? I'm going to start working out 2 times a day, and I'm going to eat better. I'm not going to join your challenge group, your accountability group. Well, okay. God bless you. Listen, let me know how things are going. Keep up with me. I'd like to see your results. Then Jaylene made the post about the coach sneak peek, and Crystal liked the post. So Jaylene messaged me and said, hey, one of your friends liked the post. Why don't you check and see if she wants to be a coach? Sure, why not? She's not going to, but sure, why not? And I just reached out and asked her. She said yes, and the rest is history. Now she's making live videos in the Ellis page this morning. So that's one thing that I think we forget a lot, to just do follow-ups, just to reach out and say, hey, have you ever considered? Hey, do you want to? So that's all I wanted to say about that. And does anyone have any questions? Shoot, go for it.
I do, Dante. So how do you feel like, did Autumn incentivize you guys at all in any sort of way?
No, the whole thing was, we're trying to get results. We wanted, I guess this was, in essence, a test group, just to make sure that the program works. Sure, you can have my autograph. Yes, it was to make sure the program works, the science behind nutrition works, and everything that they're doing for the program is along the right path. And I think it was accomplished. We all pretty much hit the goals that we had. I had to lose 10 pounds and inches all around. I lost 11 and 4 3/4. So I'd say, yes, that works. In 30 days, doing 100% on nutrition, no cheats at all, which was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, I think. And I've been to basic training in the military. That 30 days of no cheats, no dairy even. So you guys know how I am about ice cream. So that took out pizza, which is, pizza and everything. And I think that was so difficult, but it worked. It got me my goals. And now I'm ready to do another 60 days with Hammer and Chisel starting tomorrow. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So, and were all the people in the group, were they all coaches?
I think of the 30, 29 were. One wasn't and had no idea what we were talking about at the time when we were talking about coach stuff. What's a summit? What are you guys? So I thought that was fun.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Dante. That definitely gives some insight. Like, just kind of to recap, a couple of the things that I really took away was, you never know where you are going unless you know where you're at. So that's so true. Like, I personally can't get on the scale very often just because because it deters me. So I personally don't promote that, like measuring more than anything, maybe for me. But I feel that that's hard because, like you said, the one girl who wasn't losing, I feel if that was me, I would be losing hope the whole time, like especially week 3 and everyone else is posting how much they've already lost. And here you are, still have not lost anything. So I think that that's a tough thing. So when we're doing that, it's really important why everyone has a starting point, and it includes all the things like Dante said, the photos, the measuring, and the weighing in. I think that is imperative that before you even move people on in your challenge group, that they have sent that to you. And that's why, like, if any of you who are my past customers, now coaches, you understand that I was like, okay, so did you do this? I need to see them. I'm not going to share them with anyone. And I think it's important that you let people know that. But the reason why is because Because then a day goes by, then a week goes by, and then you're at the first weekend and they've done nothing. They still have nothing. Then at the end of the 30 days, not only do they have nothing, but you are creating basically like a storybook of testimonials of your customers to be able to share, because we all know that what? Facts tell, stories sell. Like, right? So nobody cares about the facts. They want to know about the stories. So if you're not collecting stories and testimonials from people, then what do we, then how are we able to track this, and how are they even tracking their results? So I think that's really important too. So really getting that. And then submitting your results. I am also bad at this. I need to go back and submit my results from like multiple programs too. So this is something I think we should all vow as a team, is that if you haven't submitted your results, like I know Curtis and Teresa, you guys are probably the newest ones who have completed your most recent program within the last like 21 days. So you most definitely should submit your results, your photos and everything to earn your t-shirt. But more importantly, you guys, is that you have a chance to earn $500 just for submitting your results. And then like there's a girl, Christy Hersey, she's from here, from where she's local, and she's a huge transformation, and she's now entered in for the $25,000 transformation prize. And that's like somebody we know. So we know that this is legit and this is true, and this will be awarded at Summit in July. So I think that if we vow as a team to really start doing this too. And another girl, Andrea, who's also a good friend of mine, she just had somebody from corporate. She's like, this can't be real. Somebody just messaged me, and I think it's spam, but I don't know. But they said that they wanted my info because they were gonna do a story on me. And I'm like, what? And she's like, I don't think it's real though. And then she messaged, she's like, it's legit. Oh my gosh, it is legit. Like they have my story. They're gonna be posting it or doing something with it. And so these are also your chances potentially, like, into one of the videos, or to be selected as a test group like before the program actually comes out. So like Country Heat, like now it's coming out, so they've already done this, but like that's how the people are chosen from that. You guys do know that, right? So that's why we need to get better at sharing our results and being proud about where we are right now. Like enjoying the moments right now. We may not be at our goal weight, or we may not be where we want to be yet, but celebrate what we are doing. And so I think that is by submitting your results and your photos and things like that to Beachbody, because if you're one of your customers does it too, and you're their coach and they reference you, you also get a cut too of that also. So another just incentive you guys at Beachbody does, and that's just for submitting your results. You've already done the freaking work. You've already done the program. You've already done the work. Get your t-shirt. So that was awesome, Dante. I have a whole page of notes from that. And again, the follow-up thing with the whole crystal thing, like this girl is crazy. I can't believe she made a video. Oh, hell yeah. This awesome, And so the fact was, when I messaged Dante and I said, have you reached out to her? And he said, yeah, but she's not going to do it. So that was because he thought that, and what she had said in the past maybe led him to believe that. But remember, it takes 7 exposures, at least, you guys, 7 exposures to something in different ways before they commit to it. So, and hers, this was a totally different approach. This was from a coaching standpoint, because maybe she wanted in on the party. It had nothing to do with accountability. It had maybe nothing to do with money. It had nothing to do with the program. It was a fact that she watched a video and was like, I want to be at that party. I want to do what they do. Like, they look like they're having fun. I want to be in on that. Not necessarily the workout or the shakeout, but I just want to be a part of that community of what they have. So granted, she joined as a coach, not even a customer. And so I think that it's always like different. This time he didn't approach her from a customer standpoint. It was like, hey, do you want in the sneak peek to see what we do as a coach? And then she was like, yeah. And then so she was in on that. And then now she has signed up to be a coach and started her program. So don't ever count anyone out because you think they're counting out. So I'm guilty of this. Like, I'll look down my list of people and be like, no. And granted, you should do this if you don't want this person on your team, or you don't want to work with this person. Then most definitely you should cross them off your list, because you don't want to be having someone on your team that you don't like, or that you have some beef with. So be looking through, but don't count people out, like, oh, they wouldn't be good, or they're not talkative enough, or they're whatever. No, give them the opportunity to make that decision, not you. Because you never know, you guys, what someone is struggling behind the scenes. On Facebook, you're seeing their highlight reel about how great life is, when really behind the scenes, they're a check away from bankruptcy. Their marriage is in a shamble. Their kids are ill. They're depressed. They don't know what to do, but nobody puts that out there really. I mean, it's like keeping up with the Jones. So you never know what's really going on. Or maybe a month ago they weren't interested, but this month you said, hey, your name keeps popping in my head for some reason. I don't know why, but I feel like I just need to reach out to you again. Like, is the timing better for you now this month? I really want you to take a look at this because I think that you'd be perfect for it. And then they'd be like, you know what? I'm so glad you reached out because yeah, things have changed. I think I'm going to lose my job and I need something else. And this could be it. So don't ever count people out, even if you've asked before. Take the feeling out of it and the fear of you thinking that you're spammy or that they think that you're going to be spammy. Who cares? Are they paying your bills? No. Could this change their life? Yes. Could you be the reason why that the ball gets rolling? Yes. So don't care about the fear and what someone's going to think about you. Okay. So awesome. Thank you so much, Dante, for sharing that. I got some awesome takeaways. So, and I appreciate listening to the head Toastmaster group guy too, and the celebrity. Jeez, 2 in 1. It's a twofer. It's a twofer if I ever heard it. All right, so let's see. Some other announcements coming up. So the sneak peek, you guys, since we just have like 2 minutes left, the sneak peek group is going to be opening up on the 23rd. So use this week to invite people to the coaching opportunity. Even if you're a brand new flipping coach, I don't care. You say whatever you want to say. Share your story about how coaching has changed your life already. The community of people you belong to, whatever it is, make a video. I challenge you to all make a video about a minute long, just saying, hey, there's this coaching thing. I know you might think I'm crazy and you think all we do is work out and post sweaty selfies, but really there is more to it. If you want to find out what it's about, comment below or like this video and I will get you the details. Something as simple as that, less than a minute, okay? Make a post. Create an engaging picture. Promise you'll post about it at least 3 to 4 times, like maybe every other day leading up until Monday. If you don't know what the sneak peek group is, that's fine. Just invite people and then we'll get you into the group so that you can get them in front of me and other videos and things like that to see if coaching is a thing that they would like to do, okay? Let's see what else. Upcoming dates, August 6th is Super Saturday, so get that date planned in your calendar. We're going to have it locally again. And just make sure you're there. You need to be there. And Summit, there is still time, you guys, to get to Summit. So I know that right now I think there's me, Michelle, Dante, his wife, Daniel, and I'm not sure there's some other people, but if you guys are on the fence, just pull just pull it and go for it. Just be like, I don't even care. I'm going all in. I'm doing it. And be there with us because it will literally be a game changer for you to be there. And then also we're going to be doing next week, if there's a couple of you who want to do this, we're going to be doing a live what is a challenge group sneak peek. So this is going to be a game changer too. It's an hour-long event. If you want to participate, I'll need you to create your testimonial with before and after pictures with just a short blurb, or make a minute-long video, again, of why a challenge group has changed your life. If you want more info on that, just message me in the group or post in the page what it is. If you want to be a part of that, it's going to be where you can invite all your prospects, your current like wannabe customers to this and really see at a live event what exactly like the 21-day fix specifically can do for you. It's a way to help us all as a team get people in front of this so that they can get their questions answered and then hit Success Club and get your business rolling. So I appreciate everyone who's on the call and listens to the recording because I know that your time is important. That's why we do this, is to create more time and live a life by design. So have no fear. Write out your goals again. It's halfway through the month, the 15th. Write out your goals. First one to get them done. Write out 10, post in the group, and everyone follow in the thread below. And you guys are awesome as always. I'm proud of you. If you didn't see my last post about being an elite contender team, you guys are amazing. So go read it. And the reason why we are is because of all of you. It has nothing to do with me. It's the fact that this team is absolutely hands down amazing and changing people's lives. So rock out your week, set your goals, live with intention, and let's do it. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon.